Hey everybody, it's Mr. Gomez. I'm so excited to work on this project with you. And because we're starting off with a piece that's familiar to most of us, but we have to do it a different way because of the fact that we're recording ourselves separately, I wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to go through it very quickly and make sure that we were together on a few things. Whether this is your first time doing this with me or whether this is your fourth and final year. So we are going to start at the very top, and we're going to go all the way through and just cover a few very important details. Right off the bat, the very first thing we want to make sure that we do is get a good breath. The first phrase is one of the longest phrases in the entire piece, and so if we don't get a good breath, we get ourselves off to a really bad start. So we have 4 measures during which we can breathe. You're going to clap at the beginning of the first measure to sync your video. What I would suggest is you take those 2 measures to breathe out, and then 2 measures to breathe in, and then begin singing. Here it goes. Breathe, sing. See, that takes a long time, but if you take that long amount of time to get a nice deep breath that's nice and quiet and relaxed, you're going to be in a good situation to be able to keep singing for the rest of your recording. All right, that first phrase is a long one, and the most important thing there is to make sure that we get all of our S's on piece together. We don't want to go piece, piece. Instead, we want to have one S all together. The S attaches to the next P, like this. Peace, peace, peace on earth and goodwill to all. And that's the second thing. When we sing goodwill, we absolutely do not want to breathe after the word good, because goodwill is actually one word. So we don't want to go goodwill to all. If you absolutely can't make it to the end of that phrase and you have to breathe after peace, peace, peace on earth. Breathe after earth, like this. Peace, peace, peace on earth and goodwill to all. That's a long phrase, but I'm sure with a little bit of practice, you can make it all the way through. The next 2 phrases are nice and easy. They're nice and short. So we want to make sure we get a good breath at the end of each so we're ready for the next long phrase. Like this. This is a time for joy. This is a time for love. Now, don't do what I just did and take an extra beat when you take a breath. You won't be able to do that. The recording won't pause for you. So make sure you get a good breath. Don't take too much time. We're going to do that much to the top, from the top. Peace, peace, peace on earth and goodwill to all. This is a time for joy. This is a time for love. As we sing this piece, we want to make sure we sing really legato. That is, connected from note to note. Your sound is a constant stream of air, only barely interrupted by your consonants. Okay, after we get through time for love, we have our next long phrase. And so we want to make sure, number 1, we get a good, deep, relaxed breath. And number 2, as we're singing through this phrase, there's a word we tend to mess up. We sing, now let us all sing together, because it goes up, right? But we don't want to do that. We want to sing it like it's said, together, and actually back off on the top note. But that doesn't mean to stop singing with good breath energy. You got to keep your breath going like this. Now let us all make sure we do is get a breath after both pieces at the end. Now let us all sing together of peace, peace, peace on earth. That lets us do two things. One, it makes sure that all of our peace sounds are together, the S's. Peace, peace, rather than peace. Okay? The second thing that it makes sure that we are going to be able to do is when we get to the very ending, that we're able to hold that note for as long as we need to. If we don't get two good breaths after both pieces at the end, we're not going to have a good chance of doing that. Here's what that sounds like. Now let us all sing together of peace, peace, peace on earth. All right, let's put it all the way together. From the very top, using everything we just learned. Peace, peace, peace on earth and goodwill to all. This is a time for joy. This is a time for love. Now let us all sing together. Peace, peace on earth. All right, everybody. I know it's going to take a little bit of practice to get your breath management to the point where you're able to do exactly what we want to do, but I promise you, if you work hard at it, it's going to be worth it. It's going to come out in a fantastic recording. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all put together. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.